Sing with vibrato today. Listen to this. He. Listen to this. He. Now, the difference is simply what we call vibrato. Now, if you can't sing with vibrato, happy are you. But if you can't, that's why I'm here today. So let's go!
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. Yes, anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank at TBL.
Let's talk about vibrato. Now, vibrato is a musical technique that involves slight variations in pitch to add expressions and warmth to a note. Okay, so it's just an oscillation of 2 notes. It's commonly used in both vocal and instrumental performances to enhance the emotional impact of music. Don't you like the sound of that? To enhance the emotional impact of music. You must have heard violinists, when they play, they make the sound go like this sometimes, especially with sustained notes. And maybe their fingers go like this. Now, in this video, I'm gonna give you everything, all the breakdown you need to know about vibrato. Now, again, what is vibrato? Vibrato refers to a regular oscillating variation in pitch that occurs on a sustained note. So it's regular, it's not irregular. Now, when I say regular, you know we have note bends like in riffs and runs that could go, oh, that's not vibrato, okay? Vibrato just involves 2 notes, 2 notes. It's the fluctuation in pitch, typically ranges from about 5 to 7 hertz. That's about the cycle per second. In terms of seconds, it's about 5 vibrations per second. When you have that happen 5 times in a second, you have reached the natural vibrato. So it's not so slow like and it's not too fast, okay? Else they're gonna sound artificial. But it can be wider or narrower depending on the style and the performer. The effect mimics the natural fluctuations that occur when a person sings or plays an instrument with expressive control, creating a sense of depth and richness in the sound. So let's look at how vibrato works. Like I said, it's a pitch variation. Vibrato involves periodic shift in 2 pitches. Usually a small variation above and below the main notes. This gives the sound a more dynamic, richer quality than a straight, steady pitch. It also shows that the voice you're hearing is balanced. Let's consider the notes again. Vibrato. That sounds like a do, right? So that do becomes your ground, the level ground. So when you slow it down, the next note is gonna go down, not up, okay? So it's not vibrato. Let it go down first. Vibrato. Doing it this way is gonna help you find your natural vibrato. Let's talk about control mechanism. The performer uses a combination of techniques to achieve vibrato, including subtle adjustments in airflow, finger pressure for instrumentalists, or vocal cord modulation. I showed you an example like a violinist who plays and they play and you see the fingers vibrating like that. You've noticed it, yeah? Now, singers often control vibrato by adjusting the tension and movement of the vocal cords and diaphragm. is simply control. Stringed instrument players like violin, guitar, etc. use their fingers to move back and forth along the fingerboard, just like I demonstrated. Now regarding wind instrument players manipulate the air pressure and embouchure the way the mouthpiece is held. It's a skill, and they do this to create the vibrato effects. We have different types of vibrato. We have the natural vibrato. So the natural vibrato is the vibrato that happens unconsciously and naturally as a result of the body's ability to produce slight pitch variations. Most classical and opera singers, as well as experienced instrumentalists, employ natural vibrato. The controlled vibrato, some musicians deliberately control vibrato speed and depth to enhance the musical expression. For instance, the violinist could go, depending on the vibration of their hands, the movement, the vibrato can be controlled. For instance, if you're going, that's exactly what I mean. Now, vibrato can be used to emphasize a particular note or phrase, especially in genres like jazz or opera. By the way, did you know vibrato is an Italian word and it's actually pronounced vibrato? Vibrato, but a lot of people call it vibrato, so I'll stick to that. Now let's talk about the artificial vibrato. So musical styles, especially in modern pop or electronic music, involve synthesizing vibrato artificially through effects or pitch correction tools. Now, you can also create artificial vibrato, but I won't advise you to because it's not going to sound natural. For instance, if you want to sing vibrato and it's not coming out naturally, it might sound too fast or too slow or too labored. All right, too fast, making you sound like a goat. No way. Or you sound like this. I know, too labored. Now there is another thing that sounds like vibrato that kind of get mixed up with vibrato, and it's called a tremolo. Now, though often confused, vibrato and tremolo are distinct techniques. While vibrato involves two distinct notes, tremolo refers to variation in volume or amplitude modulation. It's often used in stringed instruments where the player rapidly moves the bow back and forth to create a shimmering sound. I'll try to demonstrate this with my voice. That's tremolo. Now let's talk about vibrato in different instruments or the human voice. In singing, vibrato is a natural part of healthy vocal technique, providing warmth and richness to the tone. A well-controlled vibrato enhances musical expression, while excessive or uneven vibrato may even sound uncontrolled or distracting. That's why I said, as a singer, stick to the natural one. Now let's talk about vibrato and technique training. Developing a controlled vibrato takes practice. Singers and instrumentalists often spend years mastering the subtlety of vibrato, learning how to adjust its speed and depth to suit the musical context. Did you know that you can overuse or underuse vibrato? While vibrato is a powerful expressive tool, overusing it can sound unnatural or overly dramatic. On the other hand, underusing it can sound or lead to a sound that feels sterile or emotionless. I've heard singers say to me, my problem is not being able to sing with vibrato. I sing with vibrato all right, but my problem is not being able to stop it. Once I start singing with vibrato, I always sing with vibrato. I can't control it. And on the other hand, there is another category of singers who can't sing with vibrato. So there have to be a balance in the middle where you can sing with it and decide not to sing with it. So overusing it means every single line you're doing vibrato, every single sustained word you're singing with vibrato, and it's not gonna sound so nice and natural. So what do? Some lines you can just end them abruptly. You don't have to sustain them. Like, I like to sing with vibrato. You don't have to sustain it. So some lines you sustain, sing with vibrato, and some you don't. That's a way to minimize your use of vibrato. And another way to reduce it is apply straight notes and vibrato. So let's say you have the word E, believe. You can sing it 2/3 straight and 1/3 vibrato at the end. Believe. Did you hear that? That's what I'm talking about. So these are the two techniques or ways you can use to minimize vibrato. Another way is a technical way where you use riffs and runs. Believe, okay, where you use note bends instead of vibrato. And now here's one of my best part. Why should I sing with vibrato anyway? What is the role of vibrato? Now, in music expressiveness, vibrato is primarily used for emotional expression. You heard me, emotional expression. It allows performers to convey feelings such as passion, sadness, or joy through subtle changes in pitch, sustain, and resonance. In instrumental and vocal performances, vibrato helps to sustain a note longer and enhances the resonance of the sound. Let's talk about vibrato in technology. In modern digital music production, vibrato can be added artificially using pitch modulation effects. Now let's practice a little bit, okay? So we're gonna go on this key, the key of C, and then climb our way up. Okay, so we're gonna go which is do, re, mi, fa, sol. Okay, and we go fa, mi, re, do. All right, ladies, you can go the higher octave. Or do, re, mi, fa, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now let's apply the vibrato on the sustained note at the top, the sol. All right, you ready? So let's go. And then when you finish that, you can go over it again, same speed tomorrow and the next day, and then at some point your voice will be like, I'm comfortable now to do it, and then you go faster. While vibrato is natural for most singers, controlling it is important. A singer can learn to control the speed, the depth of the vibrato to make it sound smooth and pleasant rather than exaggerated or too wide. Vibrato is closely connected to proper breath support. Yeah, like the forceful one I did before. That's artificial. You're just making it up, and there's so much hard work going into it. But natural vibrato would go on and on and on, and it shows a good breath support. Strong diaphragmatic breathing helps maintain steady airflow, which enables controlled vibrato. Now let's talk about style and emotion. Vibrato is often used to convey emotion and to enhance the expressiveness of a song. Different genres may use vibrato differently. I've mentioned this before. It's the same in singing. For instance, classical singers tend to use a more consistent vibrato, while pop singers might use it more sparingly or with varied intensity for effects. Now, a classical singer may sing like this. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, How I wonder what you are. Up above the stars so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How I wonder what you are. Now, overall, vibrato is an important technique. In fact, I would like to say a very important technique that contributes to the beauty and emotional depth of a singer's voice. That's it from me. I'll see you in the next video. Now, make sure you smash that like button and click the subscribe button, okay? And also share this video. Yeah, share this video. I love you and see you next time. Bye.
If you can talk, you can sing. There is really nothing to it.
Breathe in, breathe out, add a little vibrato. Yes, anyone can sing, but you gotta be consistent.
Know your do re mi is just like 1, 2, 3.
You will be the best and you will sing so well. It's time to sing with Frank and